And the news just keeps on coming in. Ring is reporting that Daniel Dubois is off and out, which I told you. I've already made a detailed video about that. Check that on the channel. Cliff notes. Daniel Dubois, the champion, versus Joseph Parker is officially canceled. Daniel Dubois, check out my first video where I talked about that. He fell ill in Saudi. He is the second person on fight week that grew ill the week of the fight. And a lot of you guys gave a lot of slack to Floyd Schofield saying he wasn't this, that, and the third. But then the same thing happened to a heavyweight who doesn't even have to make weight. So something is going on. I don't know if it's the time zone difference. They're not getting there in enough time to acclimate. I don't know. But what we do know is the fight's canceled. Turkey had to do something, and he has responded with this. Parker versus Bakole. Martin Bakole just beat Jared Big Baby Anderson on the Crawford Madrimov card. He hasn't fought since, and that is who they are pulling in instead of Daniel Dubois. Nice save. You know, I like the fight. Like I said, on my channel, I'm always going to keep it real. This is a nice save for the situation. So they probably had to dump a lot of money and throw some money towards Parker, maybe even give him more. I don't know. But definitely had to give a nice bag to Bakole. And as Ring is reporting, owned by Turkey, announced Joseph Parker will now face Martin Bakole in a heavyweight clash on Saturday night after Daniel Dubois was ruled out due to illness. So that's a nice save. Now, for me, I like the save as a boxing fan. But for Parker, you're in an extremely dangerous fight. The Dubois fight was dangerous, but at least it represented a belt, right? So if you were able to beat Daniel Dubois, you would then become a champion again. This fight is a good fight for the boxing fans, but I got to be real. I would have to favor Bakole. Now, here's the thing. Everything I said about Riyadh's season still exists because it is apparent they don't have standbys. They don't have a plan for these occurrences. Reason being, they just told you that Bakole was fighting F.A. Ajagba, which is his mandatory, on the Ryan Garcia card with Devin Haney. Now you've pulled him from that fight to fight Parker. There are no guarantees in boxing. I would probably favor Bakole. See, this is the thing. I don't like the aspect of a person only having 3 days to get ready, but it is the heavyweight division. And I have seen clips of Bakole. It looked like he was training, you know, or staying ready and staying in shape. So that's on him. He knows his level of readiness. But to achieve this, you did pull him from the Ajagba fight potentially, because right now F.A. Ajagba is the mandatory. Like there's like a final eliminator, I believe, which I've already reported about, between Martin Bakole and F.A. Ajagba, right? And now, what if Parker beats him? This is a tricky guy. Parker, I think Bakole wins. That's my true opinion, but I don't know because I don't know what type of shape he's in. Parker had a full camp, and he's a tricky guy. He's sneaky. He's fought the best, the Anthony Joshua's, Andy Ruiz's. He fought against Joe Joyce, Zhele Zhang. So he's fought bigger people. He beat Zhang, who's probably around the same weight as Martin Bakole. Different style, but who knows? Who knows who wins here? So should be a good fight, a good heavyweight fight. Very nice save. I'm sure they threw money at Bakole to make this happen. But again, they need to work on having people on deck and standby, because this move could influence the other fight that I was looking forward to, which is Efe Ajagba versus Martin Bakole. What if Bakole wins but gets a nasty cut, and now he can't fight Efe Ajagba? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, boxing is not just about moving cards. You have to have like kind of a game plan of what you're trying to do. It seems like the Saudis haven't necessarily had the experience in the game. So their fix is like, hey, let's just throw some money at somebody and like fix this real quick. It's like a rich person fix. But by doing that, things could get interesting. We'll just put it that way. Because Parker, if he loses, I mean, I feel like he's kind of out of big fights. And there's a strong chance that Bakole might be too much for him. You know what I mean? So this will probably be his last hurrah if he loses bad, I guess, to a guy like Bakole on short notice. So this is for Parker, it's a do or die, very dangerous fight. And then the other thing, I'm just talking about the business of boxing. You were in line for a title shot, and then now you're fighting a guy for no title that you weren't training for. This is you got to give Parker credit. He got some stones, because to me this is extremely dangerous. To be this close to a title, you could have probably just fought someone lower and then got the Daniel Dubois shot when he's back healthy, and then you can have a chance to become a champion. Bakole, if you lose to him, you're out the way and you're probably not getting a title shot. So although it is a very good save from the logistics of it, it creates ripples in the pond, which is what I'm outlining here. But as a fight fan, I love the fight. Some would even argue that it's more interesting possibly than Dubois, Joseph Parker. Let me know what you think in the comment section. So I'm not mad at the fight. I'm definitely going to watch this fight. I followed the career of both, but I do think making these moves and these last minute saves, they're like going back to the same well, right? And it's like compromising. Like, remember, they had the same thing Turkey did with Israel Madrimov. You put him in with Crawford, he loses his belt. He's supposed to fight Boachuk, and then you announce he was fighting Virgil Ortiz. Myself and others were like, how is he fighting Ortiz when he got a fight on the Fury Usyk 2 undercard in like October, November? And it seemed like too close. So they end up saying Madrimov was sick and had strep throat or something, pulling him out the Boachuk fight and putting him just with Madrimov versus Virgil Ortiz. Now they've told you that Bakole is fighting Efe Ajagba on that triple header with Devin Haney, but I would imagine Bakole kind of needs to win for that Efe Ajagba fight to happen. And on 3 days' notice in the heavyweight division versus a guy who had a full camp, I don't know. I don't know what happened. If they both had full camps, I would be able to gauge it more. So I'm not going to do a fight prediction per se. I think it's dangerous for Parker, though, for the reasons I listed in this video. So let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe for more boxing. I am the best in the business, and it's not even close.